The Team Never Quit podcast is sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union. Whether you're looking to buy your first car, your dream car, auto purchases are big investments, but Navy Federal Credit Union makes it simple with their fast and easy auto loan process. Find out more at NavyFederal.org. Hello there, Team Never Quit Nation. Welcome back to another episode of the Team Never Quit podcast. My name's Andrew, joined by Marcus and Morgan Luttrell. We're excited today to have Will Chesney on today's show. He's a Navy SEAL, the author of No Ordinary Dog, which shares the story of Will's canine partner, Cairo, friendship, and the historic Bin Laden raid. But before we get to that interview, we got a Patreon question of the day. Marcus, Morgan, Dusty asks, why did you guys not join the Navy right after high school?
High school guidance counselor is like, you guys aren't built for academia. You should go to a trade school, and they said join the military. But I wanted to be an officer, a naval officer eventually, and I knew I had to have a college degree to do that.
Okay, so I didn't want to do any of that in the beginning, but he's the older brother, so he kind of called the shot. So we kind of started going down that route, and college is a great social experiment as well. I mean, it kind of gets you out of the house, and we still have the friends we had from college, and it just teaches you a little bit more about yourself. Or you can just get shotgun straight into it. With us, it took a little bit of time, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, make no mistake about it. College was not an educational experience as far as academia goes. It was out away from what we were used to, and becoming men and living on our own and learning to network and survive. I think that's why we stuck it out, because I graduated with a 2.03 GPA. I last in my class.
Yeah, we kind of did the education thing the back way. We went out and did all the hard stuff in the beginning. Then you went to college to see how much you had learned through life. And obviously, look at my brother. He obviously picked up a lot of stuff. I didn't.
I think that's the answer to that question.
Thanks, Dusty, for asking that question. If you want exclusive access to the show, bonus behind-the-scenes content, you can join us on Patreon. There's awesome perks like coupon codes to the shop, some sweet swag, challenge coins, hats like the one I'm rocking right now, and you can get rare access to Morgan, Marcus, and all of our incredible guests. You can join us at patreon.com/teamneverquit. All right, guys, let's get to the show. Hey, Will, welcome on the podcast, man. Excited to have you.
Hey, excited to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Big man.
Living the good life. Thanks for doing this. Yeah.
Living the good life back home in Texas.
Yeah, back in the great state.
It's
stars are bright.
Yeah, back in the great nation, the great nation of Texas.
We need to put out a mass email. Like, if you were Trident, I guess, bring your mass up.
I'm losing you a little bit.
Yeah, can't hear anything you say, brother.
No.
But it sounded really cool.
Sounded great.
Your enthusiasms.
So less movement here.
I think what he's trying to say is, like, if you had the opportunity to wear a Trident, you should.
I'm saying love is blind.
What?
Love is blind, damn it.
What?
I'm not a talker. I
hear you. Not either.
Hey, man, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, bro. So this is a miracle that this is happening.
I hear you, buddy. I just got interweb the other day.
I don't even know what that is, but it sounds sexy.
Must be a dev group thing.
Well, Will, why don't you kick us off by telling us kind of like your journey into the teams in the first place?
Well, I grew up in Texas, Southeast Texas. I grew up in a trailer park. Nothing too crazy. Played football. Just pretty normal Texas childhood. Good parents, great parents.
Pretty regular.
Yeah. Then played football, of course. Did the work program, so I'd cut out of school a little early when I was in high school. Played when I could, but I had to work as well. I always wanted to join the military as a kid, but I'd probably middle school, early high school, maybe. I decided I want to be a SEAL. I love the water.
Have any family in the military before you?
My grandpa was in the Navy. He was a CB. But he didn't really talk.
Forefather. There you go.
he didn't really tell me too many stories. He didn't talk about his time in the Navy too much. He would have.
Man, we got some cousins that are Seabees.
Granddaddy's still walking around,
College Station.
Will, or is he passed on?
Nah, I've lost both my grandparents. So it's like looking back now, man. I was like thinking about it. How many times you get to come back home on leave? You know, that's only a certain amount of times over the years. How many minutes is that you get to spend with the people you love? And looking back now, I was like, dang it, I should have, I don't know, reached out to them more. So they're both gone. But my parents are
Man,
here.
stop doing that. Don't beat yourself up about that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we all do that.
Definitely, but I just try to keep that in mind these days. It's like didn't realize it when I was in the military. Just young kid running a gun, loving my job, and still love my grandparents. I just looking back now, it's dang.
Well, you kind of had a lot going on, Will.
A little bit.
Yeah. Hey, because our grandparents are great too. We got a chance to have them, and man, the stuff that they would teach us, something they don't even do anymore around in the modern age, and that's the stuff that I regret too. I was like, I wish I would have paid attention more when they were teaching us how to do that stuff.
Definitely, man. Like my grandpa always doing something, always in the shop, and my grandma. I wish she would have taught me piano or something. I remember her playing piano.
Yeah.
Canning fruits and whatnot. So you graduated high school, joined Navy right after?
Joined the Navy about 2 months after. I signed up when I was 17, so I did the delayed entry program, I think is what it was called. So
Rock on. That's what I was in.
Yeah, I had to go home and convince my parents not only join the Navy, but to sign up to be a Navy SEAL. My mom was a little, she took a little more convincing. My dad was, he signed pretty quick. But they ended up coming around. They knew by the time I turned 18, I was going to head off anyways. It was obviously what I had my heart set on, and nothing was going to stop me. But I worked for a few months.
You started training for it. Did you start training for that earlier? How'd you find out about the SEAL program in Woodville?
It was I was from Lumberton.
Morgan said Woodville.
Oh yeah,
That's where he's living now.
That's fine.
It's Houston.
Houston. Okay.
Yeah, Houston. I'm sorry. That's right. Yeah.
No worries.
Texas. Roger that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just wanted, obviously heard about SEAL training. Watching Commando as a kid, Arnold. I remember my mom, I'd color myself with black crayons, and she whooped my butt because having to rinse me off in the shower for camoing up with crayon. And watching Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen, just all that. I love the water. And I was like, boom! If I'm going to do it, I want to test myself, and you guys know the deal. See if we have what it takes.
Oh man!
Park in Southeast Texas. When I said I want to be a Navy SEAL, how many people you think looked at me like an idiot? Like, sure you are. Like, all right.
Same. Yeah, exactly. Those are the same two movies we watched. Our mother rented that movie from the video store, and we would literally watch it over and over again. And when Navy SEALs came on with Charlie, I mean, he's our generation. He's the one that produced our generation of frogmen. That's why we act the way we do.
Right.
That's the truth. And that documentary, Silent Option. Those, you put some of those together. That's why we're all movie buffs, because that shit raised us, man. And
Definitely.
Always on the water. I mean, even in the wintertime, finding something to do out there.
Yeah, I'm not a very fast swimmer. I'm a little slower when it comes to there's some great swimmers in the class, like college level swimmers, and they took everything in me. Every ocean swim was 40 minutes of just flutter kicking pain, but I was real comfortable. So
80 minutes.
40 minutes. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, 75, right? 75.
Wait a minute. You could swim 2 miles in 40 minutes because I am a fast swimmer.
I could when
it's the only thing I was good at. Jesus, man, did you have those rocket? I heard now they have jet fins.
Yeah.
Like real jets, not just the old school jet ones we had.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
40 minutes. What the hell?
Right? Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. That's funny.
No, I'd have. I was a slow swimmer. So being comfortable, the drown proofing was fairly simple. I had my swim buddy though. Well, not my swim buddy, but one of my roommate, Jason Higgins. He was a slow runner, but he could swim. So he would. I'd be doing the ocean swim, 2 mile ocean swim, and just in pain, not loving my life, and looking at him. He's he'd be sitting there like dolphin kicking. He'd be going under me and over me, and him and another guy having fun. And I'm just like, dude, I hate you guys. But when it came to the run, he was a little bit slower on the run, so we would all like get together, form the V, or just pushing him from the back, and teamwork, all that good stuff.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Yeah.
There's a lot of us in the teams because of that combination. That's the only way I got through. I had to be pulled and pushed through the runs.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. The swim is no problem. Yeah, because the guy who pulled me through the run couldn't swim fast enough. So I pulled him. It was a give and take. I love that man.
Oh, yeah.
JB, thank you.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, that's,
when did you come in? What year?
Graduated 2002, so I left 2002. Worked with a few months with my father. So yeah, you're asking. After high school, I started working with my father. He did cell phone tower communications. He built them, and I am terrified of heights. Like, I don't like heights at all, man. So it was a win-win. It was a good paying job, like more than I was used to making, working at the washing dishes or whatever. And it was a good time to spend with my father before I left. And then I was like, all right, let's see if I can suck it up, buttercup, and get up that tower. I did not like heights, and it was like, all right, see if I'll do it, man. I did. Yeah. It was an experience.
You joined the teams in 2002. I mean, you got into Buds in 2002.
Yeah, I graduated. Yeah, joined Bud 2002. I graduated in November 2003. So, joined the boot camp. It's hard to remember. August. Yeah, 2002.
Wait, you 240,
246.
246. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember my Hooyah class.
But, hey,
240.
Which class had all guys die and they cut it down on Thursday? Was that 247?
No, it's 235.
Okay.
I was there.
If you're in the first 300, that's our class. You got the Vietnam separation. Then now we're the old guys. That's unbelievable.
We're not old. Hey, don't you
You know
say.
what I mean?
Don't you say
Yeah.
Well, I know, right?
Blasphemy, boy.
Don't you put that on me.
No blaspheming down here.
Don't you put that voodoo on me.
That's right.
Don't you put that on me.
We're in our prime.
That's right. Damn right. Yeah,
Damn right.
the first 20 part of this, they had to hammer all the steel into place to make sure it was set. And
Yeah.
now they're just it may take a little bit to get some of them engines running, but that's okay. They're running.
That's it. You got to warm it up. It'll go.
Warm that some bitch up, it'll go.
It'll go.
All right, guys, let's take a second to thank our sponsors over at Element. If you've never heard of Element, it is a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything you need, nothing you don't. That means lots of salt with no sugar. And you might be asking me, why lots of salt? It's because Element contains a science-based electrolyte ratio, 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium with none of the junk. No sugar, no coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, no fillers, none of the BS that you get in other electrolyte beverages on the market. Now, if you've ever done low carb, keto, paleo, whole food diets, you know that sometimes you get this thing that we like to call the keto flu. It's where you're feeling weak, it's where you're feeling fatigued, and it is because your body is excreting electrolytes at an increased rate while you're in that low carb, keto, or fasted state, and you need to be replenishing those electrolytes. And electrolytes can really make the difference between feeling great and feeling like garbage, whether you're on a fast or if you're an athlete, or maybe you just sweat like crazy. You are needing those electrolytes because they play a critical role in many other conditions and serve a lot of other functions in your body. Now, what's crazy is that according to the FDA, over 70% of the sodium that we consume in the diet that we have here in the United States is consumed from packaged and processed foods. Now, when you adopt a whole foods diet, you're eliminating processed foods and sodium from your diet. Now, we don't recommend you reintroduce those processed foods, but if you're not replacing the sodium, it can negatively impact your health and performance, and that's why it's so important to check out Element, and that's because you're going to get a drink that is going to make a difference in your body. If you don't believe me, you can check out US Olympics, NFL, NBA, NHL, Special Forces teams, tech leaders, even everyday folks, moms, exercise enthusiasts, big sweaters, all the folks out there who just know that this product's amazing for them. It's actually the exclusive hydration partner to the Team USA weightlifting and even many other Olympic athletes, and that's because their product doesn't have all of the BS in it. So if you want to try it, they've got a no question asked refund policy. You can try it totally risk-free. If you don't like it, you can share it with a salty friend, and they're going to give you your money back, no questions asked. They actually have a very low return rate and a high reorder rate, so you can't go wrong. If for some reason you don't like it, they'll send you a new box. They'll refund it immediately. No BS customer service policy they've got there. If you have a complaint, send it to them. They're going to take care of it. They're going to make it right in a big way. So as a member of the Team Never Quit community, Element has a special deal for you guys. You can claim your free Element sample pack. All you guys have to do is cover the cost of shipping. You can get yours at drinklmnt.com/Team Never Quit. One more time, guys, you guys can get a free sample pack. All you have to do is pay shipping. All you need to do is head over to Drink Element. That's drinklmnt.com/Team Never Quit. Make sure to check it out.
Oh man.
So graduated, then we went on to teams. You only did a couple platoons before you went over to Dam Neck, right?
I did 2 deployments with SEAL Team 4. First one was mostly PSD. That's a little slow, but inexperience. And then the second deployment was Baghdad, and with the whole Solder City thing, it was busy, much busier.
Was
And that was a long time ago now, looking back at that.
Was Schweitzer your CO?
No. Doesn't
Who
sound
was
like it was, I'm sorry. Yeah. I can't even remember. I'm sorry.
That's what I love talking to guys. Like, I don't know my CO's name. Mass Chief was Mass Chief so-and-so, but
I can remember
Yes, sir.
some of the Mass Chiefs. Man, there's a lot of stuff I don't remember.
Come see me. I'm a brain guy, man. I can help you out.
Yes, definitely. We can definitely dive into some of that. I've been aching to come out there and see you guys just to.
You ain't gonna believe this place. I mean, it's great. We got you now, though.
I like it.
Go ahead. All right. Hey, I know a lot of people like to hear this when we talk to the team guys now. I get a lot of notes on. So when you started, were you a summer or winter? How many guys were in your class? Do you remember that when you started? How many did you guys come out with?
Yeah, we were summer class, so they made up for us. We call it in our Hell Week shirts. We said
beat down.
Oh, the beat down. We call the hammer class. Is what we put on our Hell Week shirts because. And then Doc, I don't know what we started with. I think it's in the book, but the official numbers. Then looked up a couple hundred. Graduated with 22 originals, 44-ish total, I think. And we lost a lot of guys in NDOC because they're like, "Oh, you're a summer class," and they just hammer us. It was good. Yeah.
Beat them down.
Yeah, I'll make up for it. That water's still cold.
Yeah. To temper that steel, it's really hot, really cold, and beat the mess out of it. You can't pull. You're gonna get both.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna get it. Don't make that happen.
All right. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I heard about some of them guys. Right after we kind of went through, there was guys that had the contracts that were getting paid to go through Hell Week, or they would get paid if they went back through Hell Week or back through Buds. I was like, I would never do that. Some guys said they had a good time. And I was like, I don't know. You must not have been putting out as hard as I was then.
Man,
Because that thing sucked.
Yeah. I mean, the guys, obviously, you got to have a pretty good sense of humor to get through all that crap. But I definitely don't miss going through the crap. I miss the grab ass jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, great times doing that. But man, going back through Hell Week again, better be worth it. What are we doing? Why am I doing this?
Right.
Well,
all right. Get over to Dam Neck. Tell us that story.
Squeezed by. The people out there don't know. Dam Neck's basically like another Buds for SEALs. Just they know everybody's not going to quit. It's all performance. I was lucky enough to make it through that process and make it to my squadron. Not too many hiccups, I guess. Got over there, man. That was, one of the greatest days of my life. Showing up over there, being around a great group of guys.
So, hey, when you graduate, I don't think I've ever asked anybody this. When you graduate Green Team, and you're right, for people who don't know, to go to Dam Neck over to SEAL Team 6, you got to go. It's like going back through buds again. There's a whole deal. They know you're not going to quit, so there's a beat the snot out of you. And from what I understand, I only made it to 5. I never made it to 6. When you guys get into the program, is it like when we finished up buds? Like it's a graduate, like you feel that kind of. That's probably one of the best feelings ever I had was when we got to graduate SEAL training. I remember that day. I can still smell the air. That was a life-altering moment for me. I never thought that would happen.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Graduating buds, or making through Hell Week, graduating buds, and then I remember when a guy I still love to this day, I worked with in my squadron. I remember him throwing the patch at me. You're going here.
That's cool, man.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, woo! Just thinking about that right here, I feel it. Yeah, no doubt.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I can only imagine. Yeah, the stress levels from what I never went either, but I just talking to buddies that were over there with you guys, it's just like that Green Team is a nightmare.
Oh yeah, you just got to stay. All the stress, you just got to form. No pressure, and then even once you graduate, it's just like graduating buds. I was a pretty decent shot, pretty good. But when I showed up to my squadron, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get to the range. I'm gonna first shoot in evolution. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to beat everybody here. Are you kidding, bro? No, like just coming out of all that training, I thought I was pretty shit hot. No, still got a long ways to go.
I think that's the mind rub. That's the mind rub. It's like you come out of that stuff. They're looking at you like you just went through all that, and you're also feeling it, and they're all laid back. It's because when we get around all of them, and you finally get your battle rhythm, nobody. It's not that we don't give a shit. It's like, hey, that pressure's off because we all take it, and it's just that's why everyone's so smooth, right? And when you're coming in trying to just to prove yourself, what you've already done, going through all of that. That's the mind rub. Like, okay, not only did I prove myself to every one of these, I got to keep proving myself every time, and that's. Man, once they beat that into it, that can never go away. It's kind of like when someone tells you to quit something now, like when they put whatever they make us do, and then they come up like, hey, you need to quit that. I'm like, as soon as you say that word to me, I'm cutting you out of my mind. I was like, we don't quit anything. We'll find something to replace it or something else to do, but you can't walk up to one of us and say, hey, quit. You need to quit that. Like, what? What does that even mean? Every time they did that to me, they would beat me to death, and I'd be like, yeah, well, I don't never quit, right? So once you go through those gauntlets, and then, Green Team is, I guess, just to keep us humble, right? Because of the amount of watching you guys, the amount of fun you guys have, and I know y'all have fun because we're best friends with everybody, and how much y'all talk about it, and that's what we do is we swap stories. That's what y'all are great at, making those great stories. So
we all are, for sure. Yeah. Good times. I miss it all.
I'll stop interrupting you so you can tell one.
That's a good way to look at it. And then, but even when you get there, it's still, like you said, you can go away at any time. If you don't keep up, if you don't perform, make yourself an asset, not a liability. I heard Jimmy Hatch say that the other day, and I'm like, yeah, that's the deal. If not,
that dude says it.
You're fired, and it's nothing personal, but the stakes. And I don't want to be put in that position anyway. That's kind of towards the end of my career, which covers a little bit of my personal story in the book. But towards the end of my career, just with my brain health and a lot of other stuff going on, just wasn't feeling the same. I felt like I was a liability. And when you get to that point, after so many great years with so many great guys in my life, that's all I know. I still have my family back here in Texas, but this is my family too. To walk away from that, just have to step down from that. That wasn't easy.
Did you go to NICO?
Oh yeah, I went to NICO. Luckily I had a great team leader who I love. He understood. They did everything that they possibly could. They threw everything at me that they could possibly have. NICO, and tried the gangling block a couple of times. Tried every single modality that they had. They tried on me. And it felt better here and there. And then these days, listening to podcasts, I started learning all of this other stuff, and breathing, meditating, stretching.
Oh, buddy, trust me, I got stuff. I got stuff for you, man.
Yeah.
You can't even imagine. And I was one of the SEALs to go through NICO.
Okay.
I was one of the SEALs That's probably, I mean, I'm not gonna toot my own horn. I probably brought ganglionic block to the NSW. Not too many people know that.
Right.
So, yeah, I've got some stuff that we'll send you to and get you lined out. It's not a cure-all, but
For sure.
it's another tool for your proverbial toolbox.
That's all that these things are.
That's great.
Cool.
Dude, that's the greatest thing about SEALs. It's like we're the test cases. That's what you signed up for. Expendable. And just because you stepped away from that, that doesn't mean that you're not one of those anymore. Problem is you just hadn't been activated. And then when you talk about, like, you came back to your Texas family, they're your family, that's right. And so are we. And what happens in the platoon space when you're like, this is my family. I was like, other men that were like in the platoon with you are older than you. No one's the same age. It's brilliant in its design. And what happens is it's like trying to go to the same party or recreate the same party that you had the good times back when you were in high school and shit. It doesn't work that way. That's so new times conform. And when you're stuck in that transition period, like, man, I want to hold on to this and then the younger guys don't understand you, because the minute you switch over and you become the old man, which in our community is, we're not old, right? They take that away from you. That was the hardest thing I had to deal with, when you walk into the room and everyone's, all the boys stop laughing. You're like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's the hardest thing for us, because that's what we live off of. So once you remove the fuel from us, that kind of fuel, you can't run like you used to. And you're trying, your mind remembers it. And it's like flashing those things in your head to like kickstart that engine. And when you're trying to putter in that, it doesn't work. And that's why we make these new memories. Right now, we're just kind of in that cocoon phase. We peaked early, is what all of our guys in our crew have been saying. Like, hey, shit, apocalypse going down. We peaked early. Now we're just sitting at the house waiting for everybody else to go through it. So at no point in time, remember, nothing can put you down. You can barely even put yourself down if you try it. Usually a bullet will do that. So no matter how crazy it gets, and I mean, you can't even believe the crap and the stuff my brother and I had to go through out here, man. It's a typical team guy. That's the kick. It's like when you get out and they separate us, normally when we go through this crap, we're together. So it's not a thing. But the minute you pull us out and have us go through it by ourselves, and this is to make us stronger. That's the only reason it's happening, is just to make you even stronger than you are. Because remember that, you're a freaking Navy SEAL. There's only a handful of you on the planet, Earth, ever. The most lethal thing that ever walked Earth. I'm looking at it right now. So the minute you're sitting on that couch thinking you're anything other than that is you doing that to yourself, because you are not engaged.
This episode of the podcast brought to you guys by Athletic Greens. You heard me talk about them before, and that is because one tasty scoop of Athletic Greens contains 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients, including a multivitamin, multimineral, probiotic, green superfood blend, and more, that are all working together to fill the nutritional gaps in your diet. It'll help increase energy and focus, aid with digestion, and it'll support a healthy immune system, all without the need for taking multiple products. Now, you've heard me say it before, but there's a ton of stressors in life. Busy schedules, craziness at work, school, whatever it may be. Sometimes you're not maintaining those effective nutritional habits you need to, and that's where Athletic Greens helps. They've got a daily all-in-one superfood powder that will be your daily nutritional essential. It is by far the easiest nutritional habit that you can add to your health routine today, and that's going to help you take ownership of your health. There's nothing worse than having a cabinet full of 100 different things you got to take every single day, and with Athletic Greens, you don't have to. It is lifestyle friendly. So whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free, it contains less than 1 gram of sugar without compromising on taste, and it's going to get you all the stuff you need. Right now, Athletic Greens is doubling down on supporting your immune system. They are offering you guys a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you guys have to do is visit our link. You're basically never going to have to buy vitamin D again. So whether you're looking for peak performance or better health, covering your bases with Athletic Greens makes investing in your energy, immunity, and gut health each day simple, tasty, and efficient. Just visit athleticgreens.com/TNQ. You can join health experts, athletes, health-conscious go-getters all around the world who are making that daily commitment to their health every single day. All you guys have to do, again, visit athleticgreens.com/TNQ. Get your free year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs today. Go check it out.
I mean, going
Yeah.
to the bank and even driving down the road could be a mission in your head if you want it. And the way you roll, and the problem is whatever it is you're watching, you're going to consume. That's what you're going to become. That's what a SEAL is. And they don't tell us that. So you're sitting there like, why the hell am I freaking this, that, and the other? I was like, well, look at my environment. Yep, I became exactly what's around me. So I need to, and there's no fuels to interject. That was the trick for me once I figured that out.
Definitely. And I was like, why did I have to go through all that? Like, it was pretty rough. Drinking myself to death. I got up to 250 pounds. We were sitting there staring at my mom's house. I moved back in with my mom for a little bit because I couldn't drink myself out of a job. Sitting there staring at the wall for a good 30 minutes to an hour, just like, what is going on? Basically drinking myself to death. But you're right, like, why did I have to go through all that? And I think it was, the biggest thing I learned, I think, is my connection with God. I've definitely improved on that. Losing the friends over the years wasn't easy, as we all know. I think that affected my relationship. Now that that's back on track, I feel better, and brain health, I think all these modalities kind of lead back to that. But, definitely my brain, I want to get that working better, and found some great people out there. And sounds like you guys have some great stuff as well. I just, all these modalities, not every person is the same. So, put all these tools in your toolbox.
No one's the same.
Nobody's the same. Put all these tools in the toolbox. Give it a shot. Right?
That's it, man.
That's it.
The good Lord has a funny way of jerking a knot in your ass when it's time. I mean, yeah, don't, bro, you're right where you're supposed to be.
That's it.
We've all, we kind of been sitting there, and when you're checking in here, it's to let you know, like, hey, you're on the path. Just keep charging forward, and your day is only as hard as you're gonna make it. All right. Now tell me about the dog. I need to hear about that, dude.
The boy. He probably got me through some hard times as well. Where do I even start?
Get paired up. I don't even know that story. Like, when you get over there, how do you become a handler? If you can talk about that, do they even open that up?
Yeah, definitely. The first deployment with the squadron, I saw how valuable they were. Like, I love dogs growing up. Huge dog guy. You got to have a responsibility, right? You got to have collateral duty. What are you drawn towards? I love sniping. So at Team 4, I got the trifecta. I got comms, sniper, and JTAC. And I loved it. Like, it was perfect.
That's a good setup.
Oh,
awesome setup.
I was yeah. So then when I got when I saw the dogs at my first deployment, I was like, I love dogs, and then they would just save people's lives. I'm like, cool. I gotta have a responsibility. I'll take care of a dog for one opportunity to even have the chance to save one of my guys, to get him out of a bad situation. I'll take on that responsibility. I love dogs. It makes me an asset too, right? Like, you're gonna plug me in. It might make me a little more valuable if something's going on, which actually worked out. Like, if it wasn't for the dog, I wouldn't have been chosen to participate on the big mission either.
Can you give some insight on, I don't even know if I can ask this or if I should ask this, but I know there's books out on it now, but how did that all go down? Can you tell us? Are you allowed to? I know there's all the non-disclosures and whatnot, but I was always interested, and I'm sure everybody else out there is like, and then what happened from the time that they were like, hey, bro, guess what? And then till go time, what did that look like?
Because it's the most badass mission ever. Okay. I just want to tell you that you were a part of that. The fact that y'all wrecked a helicopter is the coolest thing I've ever heard of. The fact that y'all did that and still got that mission done lets you know how awesome that squad was. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to that.
Everybody that had something to do with that. We can't do our job alone. We got to get there. The pilots crush it. The people who put together all the intel were awesome. Every single person came together to support that. But yeah, think about that, we're going after who we're going after, so no pressure. And then helicopter, you almost die in the helicopter crash. Luckily, those guys are badass, and they saw if we land that thing. So you almost die. You're after who you're going after. Those guys didn't even skip a beat. It actually improved the situation. I'm saying, like, that's the level that those guys are on. And I say I'm nobody. I worked my ass off to get there. We all know the deal. But compared to some of those guys, like, you'll never hear their stories. But holy crap, those guys! I earned my way there. But man, it was pretty crazy. Everybody, like, even towards the end, just the way things flowed, and there were some bad situations. So the book, covers a lot of this, and it took a long time to get it approved, and I still want to respect everybody that's still in, and I'm not trying to make anybody mad or get any of my brothers hurt. We went through the approval process, everything in the book is approved, but I get uncomfortable talking about it, definitely. And
I'm sure. No, you don't have to. I just,
but just even towards the end on Exfil, it was literally like something out of a movie. It's just the way just watching those guys flow. And I mean, me and Cairo had an essential job, which it covers in the book as well. And I was just basically there to babysit him and watch him work. He use his nose and do sweeps of the perimeter, any explosives and tunnels. The same thing on the inside, looking for hidden rooms.
Dude, that's a mobile sniper team. Swim buddies. I mean, we always go down 2 men. I mean, the guys going in and doing their thing, that's sexy as shit too. But I mean, everyone looks at that dog as like a dog, like a regular dog. They don't understand that he's just like a human on force. I mean, and y'all have code and talk and touch and everything like that. A lot of people don't appreciate. That's why your book's so good to come out right now, and with people getting into the canine world, especially when we're coming out now. Like all the SEALs are getting done. Our generation is flowing back out, and what you've accomplished with that, and don't sell yourself short. That's one of the coolest ones. Because you're out hanging out by yourself, and he'll find the stuff that no one else will.
Oh yeah,
remember that.
Definitely,
that was the coolest part.
I say Cairo is valuable. He definitely needed Cairo on that mission for sure. But yeah, he was an essential role, no doubt about it. I really thought that he was going to find something. Considering who we were going after, and we knew what the stakes were. I knew that he was going to pick up on something, and we were definitely a valuable asset. That's why I joined. That's why I wanted to be a dog handler in the first place.
Okay, one of our all-time favorite sponsors of the show, helping us out, supporting us every single week. Here they are again, paintyourlife.com. If you're looking for a gift for your wife, your grandma, your parents, your mom, your dad, your brother, your girlfriend, your wife, whoever it is in your family, then you guys should check out paintyourlife.com. When I first heard about them, I thought, what a great idea. It's got to be expensive. How can you take something like a photo and get it turned into a professional hand-painted portrait and it still be affordable? And I was mind blown whenever I was able to work with them to get a picture of my dogs turned into an incredible portrait that now hangs in my RV. I love it. You can choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. When I sent my photo in, it was a picture of them on the bed. I had the artist take out the bed, the covers, and I told them to replace it with bluebonnets, and that's exactly what they did. So now it looks like my 2 dogs are hanging out in a field of bluebonnets, which is very Texas, and I absolutely love it. You can send any picture you want, yourself, your children, family, a special place, or a cherished pet. You can even combine photos into one painting. It makes the perfect birthday, anniversary, or wedding gift. It is meaningful, it's personal, and it's going to be cherished forever. Do yourself a favor, go to YouTube, watch a couple videos of people getting these as gifts. It is just an impactful gift that you can't go wrong on it, okay? I loved mine. I know that if you're looking for something special for someone in your life, this is going to be the way to do it. At paintyourlife.com, there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, and that is guaranteed. Right now is a limited time offer. You're going to get 20% off your painting. That's right, guys, 20% off and free shipping. To get this special offer, text the word TNQP to 64,000. That's TNQP to 64,000. Text TNQP to 64,000. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms. Again, text TNQP to 64,000.
Well, bro, I got to tell you, that JTAG sniper trifecta that you run around with, are you a medic too?
No, I love it though.
Okay, and the dog handler, that kind of guarantees you, like we always were like, hey, volunteer for everything. That way, if the mission goes down, they need something, you got that qual, freaking get it on. So,
yes, you want to go on every mission possible, right? Okay, who doesn't want to go to comm school? All right, I'll go. You gotta have a comms guy.
Yeah, comms guy.
It worked out in my favor.
J-Tech?
I'm brand new. Yep, that's it. I worked out in my favor. They're like, you're going. And I'm like, cool. I didn't care either way. Didn't realize what I was getting at the time. And then afterwards, I pushed for the other ones. And I really had to push for sniper. They wanted to send me to breacher. I had to be very persistent. And
You can't cross those streams. Those two things.
don't cross streams.
Don't cross those streams. Yeah, man. That's one of the ways I wound up on Red Wing is because I had that. I had the 18 Delta qual, so I had the 4.
Yes. I wish if I would have known what I know now, like I love all that medical stuff. I would have definitely probably tried that out.
It's the most beneficial skill to have out here now.
Right.
Like the dog handling skill that you have and that kind of stuff. And I hear some guys saying, we don't need snipers out in the civilian world. I'm like, well, not that qual or that title. I mean, but everything that goes to being a sniper, like, patience, discipline, meticulous, all of that stuff comes into everything we do. Every skill set does. That's the cool part about it is like, you can just take that skin off of us, that uniform, but everything's already packed in there. That's the pressure that comes with wearing that freaking trident. Most everybody else will wear the eagle, the gun, everything in between. There's only one group walking around with that trident, and that's us with that water sign, man. And that's to beat that. Trust me, brother, you're ready for everything out here.
Definitely. But I agree with you. That medical training would, looking back on it now, really wish I had more. But we did quite a bit. I loved it. I'd hop on every single course that I possibly could. But obviously, it's nothing compared to the 18 Delta.
All right. So when you guys got back, how did you wind up keeping him? Or is that kind of like the deal? When you guys get paired up, you just get to keep him?
Your
dog.
handlers usually
break up.
Or primary handlers usually good first choice. I was Cairo's primary handler. Once I was done working him, you do a couple of rotations, and then it's time to go back to being an assaulter. I handed him back over. Then I got recalled. I was in free fall jump master school. Like I said, we just got back from deployment. I handed Cairo back over to the kennel. Knew he'd be in good hands with some of those MAs over there and the other guys. He was staying within the family in the squadron, so he wouldn't be too far away. It was good to be back to being a shooter. I went free fall jump master with my best friend Nick Check, one of my best friends. While we were there,
I thought you were afraid of heights.
Yeah, but you got to have that qual if you want to. You got to have that qual. Definitely wasn't my favorite thing, but hey, better keep up.
Oh man. Yeah, I get the free fall qual, but I feel like the free fall jump master. That's like that's going the extra mile.
Well, yeah, especially when we went to Arizona to do it, and it's not the best place. But I was there with my best friends. I'm like, cool. At least I'm here with you, bro. We're gonna have some fun. A couple days in, I get a phone call from my team leader, like, hey, come back, got your plane ticket. Pick up Cairo, show up to the team room at this amount of time. I go back into the classroom. I'm like, hey, Nick, it's time we got to go or whatever. And he's like, what are you talking about? I didn't get anything. So it's just me. I was like, so it was really weird from that point forward. Like, why would they recall me and not him? Like to say, Nick he was a better operator than I was, hands down. That's what made it so weird. I'm like, why would they call me back, not you? Like, I guess something with the dog. But I was supposed to have turned him over already, but we're pretty busy. Things like this happen all the time, and somebody had some family stuff or something happening, so they just recalled me. I just got back from deployment. We were fresh. We knew what we were doing. Made sense. Like, hey, just come back from that school. Come grab him. We don't know exactly what's going on with something. Once that happened, I was still young, early 20s, probably, or mid 20s. Forget. And then I didn't care. I was like, yeah, cool. Whatever we're doing. I get to hang out with Cairo again. I hope it's something cool. We showed up into the team room, got home no problem. I guess one of the funny things, so leaving that course, I went and saw Nick, and Nick's like, no, I'm not getting recalled. I'm like, have fun staying here by yourself, dude. Sucks for you, bro.
Yeah.
I probably slapped him in the mouth or something, or, probably not because he would beat me up, but he got me back. The next day they were asking, like, hey, where's your SEAL friend? He's like, oh, he quit. I told the entire class that I quit. I'm like, cool, thanks, man. You got me good. But yeah, we got back, grabbed the dog, and things were a little weird at first. They eventually told us what's going on. We just did conducted training and made sure our affairs were in order.
They take y'all. They take y'all to train somewhere else.
Yeah, we had
Will, or did y'all train right there?
both. We had a few places we went.
Cool, man.
It was good. No, just the same thing me and Cairo were doing before deployment. Just maybe we knew who we were going after is obviously different, so the pressure's on.
How many helicopters have you wrecked?
How many what?
How many helicopters have you crashed?
I haven't been in 0 helicopter crashes.
Well, see, that's the cool part. That's what I'm talking about. Like the fact that the mission, I get that, and everybody I talk to from the aisle is like, bro, it's like a regular deal. They all y'all say that. I'm like, hey, it's just like a regular deal. And it was. I was like, yeah, but I mean, like Mojo's been in a helo crash, and y'all had one go down, and that changes everything when you have a fallen angel.
Yeah.
I mean, when that goes down, I mean, it's hard to keep your cool. I don't think I kept my cool. I don't think I remember looking as cool as everybody thinks I did when I was going through that crap. I don't. That's not how I felt. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit. But the fact that y'all, I mean, that's just a compliment to both you two, man, for having that one, going through that fire like that. God, dog.
This episode is brought to you by Keto, the makers of the original silicone ring. They have mastered comfort, functionality, and style. If you work a hard job, maybe you're a police officer, maybe you're a firefighter, maybe you are a military veteran or soldier, then you know that sometimes when you're out there doing everyday activities, a regular ring is just not the best fit. It's not safe. You could ruin it. You can break it. It's expensive. You don't want to do that. But with a silicone ring from Keto, you don't have to worry about that. It is designed to be worn during all of your everyday activities. It is the perfect alternative and upgrade for those who live an active lifestyle. Now, Keto rings are designed to keep you safe from ring avulsion by breaking after exceeding a certain amount of pressure, which is very useful for the firefighters, the police service members, mechanics, athletes, outdoorsmen, travelers, military personnel, and more. And it's going to allow you to continue to show your commitment to your spouse and your family during all of your everyday activities. You can customize your Keto ring with a meaningful phrase or date, and they've got a lot of options to choose from. If you're looking for something simple, if you're looking for something fancy, my favorite style that they've got, though, is their Heroes line. They've got a ton of options there: paramedics, military, police, fire departments, and each of those tie back to a charitable component, which is super cool. So if you want to check them out, head over to keto.com/TNQ. You're going to get 20% off your purchase. That's QALO.com/TNQ. You're going to get 20% off discount that is automatically going to be applied at checkout. If you're looking for that active lifestyle, you still want to show your commitment to your spouse, your family, then check those silicone rings out. They're super cool. KALO.com/TNQ. One more time, QALO.com/TNQ.
That's why that thing is different, because of who you were going after and the fact y'all put a bird down.
Oh no, definitely those pilots. Thank God for those pilots and their amazing job. They got landed it safely. Those guys didn't skip a beat. Crushed it.
How long till when you got the notice that you were on the team till y'all went?
It's hard to put my finger on exactly. We had a decent amount of time to train.
Okay.
And, it wasn't immediately told to us. So
Is it guys you'd worked with before, or they pulled together kind of a who's who of the zoo out of the team?
we pulled together certain people. The only reason I was selected because Cairo. I was a good handler. Or one of the handlers couldn't make it, and I was ready to go. So
I bet he's kicking it. I bet that handler's like, damn it.
Hey, I may not be what you want, but I'm damn sure what you need.
He's a great man.
My wife would say that all the time. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, Will, when was Cairo injured?
2000 and I want to say it was 2009, June 2009. He going after a couple bad guys, going to the compound. They heard we were coming. 4 guys fled. Two two guys on two different little mopeds, loaded down. We ended up following one moped. They ended up getting to a tree line before we were allowed to engage. The ROEs didn't let us allow us to drop bombs on the tree line once they had gotten there. So we landed the helicopter, made our way up to the tree line. There was like a 3 or 4 foot low wall. Did the escalation of force, since those guys were turds, they weren't really they weren't listening to us. We did the escalation of force thing. Eventually, I was told by my team leader, send Cairo in. Sent him off on the right-hand side. Ended up losing him in the trees. It's hard to keep track of the dog, in the dense brush. And then just remember trying to make my way down the line. As I'm looking for him, I hear gunshots. Cairo listened really well, so as soon as I heard gunshots, I tried to recall. I don't know how long it took, but I knew after a certain amount of time, I knew something was wrong because he wasn't coming back. Eventually, I looked to my kind of down to the left, down my flank, and I see him down the way, coming back to me nice and slow. Started making my way to him, and then all of a sudden he collapses, and I immediately thought he was dead. I mean, when dogs get shot like that, they usually don't survive. It's 70-pound dog taking a 7.62 round. He got shot through his chest and his leg. So as soon as he collapsed, I'm like, shit. I figured he was dead immediately. I knew my guys had the situation under control. They didn't really need me up there, so I was able to make my way over to Cairo immediately. Saw that he was still breathing, which was a great sign. But we weren't out of the weeds yet. It wasn't like I was happy about it. I was just happy he was still with us. One of the guys that was on the line, he was a medic. He knew Cairo had been hit. Call came over the radio. He was smart enough to come back and give me some assistance, and it was great, man. It was everything that we had trained for in such a shitty situation. It was, it sucked the dog got shot, but to see that kind of flow in think about that. The dog is shot, things are going bad. I knew to been making my way over to him. He knew to come off the line, and as I'm getting, so we carried a specific med kit for the dogs. As I'm handing it to him, he's breaking it open and ripping out what he needs because he knows what he needs. I'm taking Cairo's vest off and putting his muzzle on. It's like just in time. He's sticking his fingers inside Cairo's chest, and Cairo, he has a high pain tolerance, but when you're sticking your fingers inside of the dog's chest that's just been shot, he's a working dog. He might try to bite your fingers off. Yeah. So it was just perfect time. I had the muzzle on him. He was putting gauze in his chest, and man, if it wasn't for him, I'm not sure how that would have turned out. It was a time sensitive situation. I'd say we did a pretty good job. It was just cool to see how that flowed seamlessly. They called in the helicopter to come pick us up. The CASVAC. Those helicopter pilots flew into a dangerous situation, just like when any one of us would have gotten shot. On the bird, he was treated just like any soldier. He was worked on by a medic on the bird. When he got back to base, we didn't have a veterinarian. He was worked on by actual surgeons, continued to save his life. They did a great job. And then we got him to a vet. And as soon as we did, those people continued to save his life. And everybody who had a part, I can't say thank you enough. He ended up pulling through. But that night when we got him to the vet, man, he looked rough. I've never obviously seen him like that. I laid with him the entire night on the floor. In case he passed away, I wanted to be there. He bounced back pretty quick, though. It was crazy to see, kind of like those dogs, man. They can take some pain and
tough as shit, man. They can take some freaking pain.
They can take some pain. Like, dude, you just got shot. The next day, okay, there's some pictures which are in the book, like him walking slowly. Like that's by far him collapsing was weird. Never seen you do that. And then him, like just barely being able to make it outside to be able to use the bathroom. Just the fact that he was able to get up, and then not even too much longer after that, we had sunglasses on him and he's wagging his tail. It's like, there he is. All right, he's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Those dogs. He broke his canine in half once. We're doing some training, and he, crazy Malin walls, did something, stuck it somewhere, broke it in half. I opened the cage up and I'm looking in. I thought it was a toenail or something. That's weird. What is that? Look, and it's his canine. Look, I pick up his lip and like, sure shit. Take him to the vet tech. I would have never known he had an exposed nerve until the vet tech lifted up his lip and put his finger right on the nerve, and then the dog kind of wasn't happy. Cairo was pretty laid back, for being a working dog. Do that with some of those other dogs, see what happens. You're going to lose some of your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God dang it. And I've been saying, I was like, man, I wish I was half the man my dog thought I was, right? And I wish I was half as tough as they are. Because they were going to take a shot, keep going. Just say, man, because we're sitting there going, hey, man, take a day. Walk out and lay up a little bit. Take some load it off. Like, nah, we'll get back into it. All right.
Yeah, man. Let's skip a beat. He was back at work. Those people, even the people of Lackland who rehabbed him, they crushed it because when he got back, we weren't sure how he was going to act. But when I got reunited with him, it was great. He remembered me. Jumped up into he liked to jump up in your arms and put his paws here, and he had periodontal disease, his rot mouth. He put his mouth right here and just pant that hot trash air right in your face. So happy to see me.
Love you too, man.
Love you, buddy. Love you.
Swing by the store, get some Mentos and some milk bones. It's going to be great.
Filet mignon and Mentos. Yeah. But he was happy. That's for sure. Go ahead.
I lost one the other day, and it's so funny because with them, it's not that they can't communicate back. It's just you have to learn to communicate with them. And when no one can appreciate unless you're partnered up with a dog and spend as much time as we do with ours. More than 3 or 4 hours a day. You spend all the time with them. There's that bond is formed with them. And when they get snatched away, it's like, man, I was kind of, how we were doing earlier. It's like, man, I wish I'd have. It's not that I didn't bitch at you because you were doing that. I was like, but I missed the annoying part. So, it's the little things in life. I think that a blessing that they bring out.
In so many ways.
I've been a dog walker for going on 12 years now myself.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about the dog. I was just talking with Morgan before we got on about that. Sorry, man.
Yeah, bro, it happened so fast, man. The little ones, they get hit. Yeah. She got hit right. So, she got hit on the paw. And she was all fired up. We got this quarantine on. She looked like a used 50 cal boar brush. Or a cotton swab. She was just.
Yeah.
And so I just thought she had a sticker in her hand because that's what she was normally sitting like that.
Yep.
And then she got some incontinence going on, and then she threw up. Once they got the goo-goo doll out, I was like, uh-oh. Bro, fast. So it had to be a juvenile snake and just dump that whole load in, I guess. So I saw, how it works, man. They live together, live fine.
Yeah, buddy, you never know. You never know when you're going to lose them. That's when I'm like being present here with the dogs. They keep me, especially with all this stuff going on lately. I'm not used to all this. My anxiety. I'm not healed by any means. I can't wait to get out there and see what you guys have going on to help me with certain issues. But I don't. They keep me grounded when I'm stressed out.
Well, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Don't look at it like you got like the dog box. Like, man, I got assigned to be a dog walker when I got out of teams. Like, I literally had to take Mr. Rigby around the earth and show him off. Like, he's like, hey, I want to go to the States. It's not like I was doing it and he was going with me. I just reversed it like a team guy. Like I was there to facilitate him traveling around.
Yeah.
And it just, it takes a while. The cocoon phase of this is terrible. Team guys hate it. But don't worry, brother. You're stronger than you even know.
Oh, yeah, man.
Otherwise, Cairo wouldn't hang out with you.
The dogs, man, helped me get through some stuff. Going, especially like I said, that transition, and it was rough. For Cairo, good having him home. And then when he passed, I had another dog named Hagen. She was a real special girl too, man. I almost put her on the dedication for the book. I put the books for Cairo and his story, but I almost put her name in there too because she was great. She got me through his passing, and then when she passed, she all of a sudden, man, started acting weird. Something attacked her thyroid or something, and she shut down within hours, and she was gone. And these dogs helped me get through that. Yeah, you just never know. So it's like, be present with them while you can. And, you could use that for my whole family. Like we were talking earlier, like all the amount of time that I spent coming home on leave. Okay, now you only get you get once a year. How many minutes is that spent with my grandparents? So you add all that time up, that's not that many minutes. And looking back on it now, it's like, you don't realize at that time, you don't have a whole lot of it sometimes. So when you're there, be present. Like, use that time for.
Seize the day, right?
That's it. You never know.
Day.
Never know, man.
Would you like to tell our listeners a little bit more about the book?
Yeah, the book's called No Ordinary Dog. It's about my dog Cairo that I had in the SEAL teams. The basic gist of the stories. Covers a little bit of his beginning, a little bit of my beginning, a little bit of his beginning. How we met, some of the training, how that takes part, bond that we formed, and then doing some missions together. Covers the mission that we went and got Osama Bin Laden. Then goes through his retirement and my retirement and how we came together at the end and how that all played out. So I guess the kind of overall gist of the story.
Where can people get it?
They can get anywhere books are sold, Amazon, any bookstores. I read the audio version myself, so you can get the audio book and hear my voice if you actually like hearing
cool. You
my
did it
voice
yourself?
for some reason. Yeah, I did. It was so much fun.
Oh, good. Nice work.
Right? It's like you're having this in your face, and you're like, I don't know what to do with my hands, and just
Ricky Bobby moment.
the Ricky Bobby. I don't know
Check
all
it.
those big words.
Hey, man, you know they're gonna make a movie about that. And I mean, like all the great dog movies from Old Yeller, Red Fern Grows, Marley and Me. You know they're gonna make one about that dog, and the fact that your voice played over on it, that's cool, man.
We'll see what happens. That's how I like to look at it when people ask, like, it's a Navy SEAL Marley and Me. It's brazen.
Right?
Yeah. See what happens.
Crazy, so we jump out of airplanes and helicopters.
We went through some stuff, man. We did some, I mean, think about that. The dog that you have at home, everybody at home is the dog you love. You can communicate with that dog sometimes. You love that dog. That dog tells you when he needs to go out and feed me. Like, okay, we had that bond. Then we got to jump out of planes. I got to fast. I never got to skydive with him on my chest. I wish I was a little more comfortable in the air. We would hand him all to the guys that were, sky gods, good jumpers. Yeah, we don't want to get the dog injured or do something stupid. But fast rope with him, rappelling with him, all the cool places we got to go, man. So that built the bond, and then just the missions, like the dog saving. He got shot for us. Like, that's cool. Thanks, man. And then, so he almost sacrificed your life for us. That's a big deal. And then, the UBO mission. Jeez. And then just how he was there for me at the end. Yeah, it's more than just that. I guess somebody was asking me, like, what do you want to tell him? Like, well, it's just Cairo's name's out there, but he was so much more. Everybody knows him as Cairo, the dog that was on the Bin Laden mission. There's so much more than that. There's so much more that goes into it. So much more than just him and all the guys on the team, man. And not even just the team, the whole team, the whole big picture. It took a lot of people for that to get done.
Oh, man. Yeah. Good job again, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
You hear it a lot, man. Yeah. Good job.
Hey, Will, we got to wrap this up by asking you, what's your greatest never quit advice for our listeners?
That's just, I love y'all's message. Just never quit. Start listening to.
That's right.
Getting through podcast. That's it, man. Like, I was going through my tough time and I never quit, and reach out. I wasn't reaching out to people. I secluded, and I might not have stuck a gun in my mouth, but I was drinking myself to death. Let's just say that much. I wasn't in a good place. It's hard to. It's your brain that's messing up on you. It's when you put alcohol on top of that, it doesn't really mesh so well. I wasn't
not at all.
It doesn't go. Reach out to a friend if you think somebody might need to be. Because my best friend Jared Shaw, he reached out to me and he's like, "Dude, I'm going here. You're coming." I wasn't gonna let him go alone. Or reach out to somebody. But yeah, just don't never quit, man. There's always something out there. There's so many good people out there. There's so many modalities. Don't give up on it. Just try this one and give it a good shot. If that doesn't work, try this one. If that doesn't work, try this one. Okay, well, none of those work, but this one and this one together for a certain amount of time worked. Or this one, everybody's different.
Yeah.
just that's it, man. And yeah, and that's what I found best. Try different things. I get on my knees and pray to God every day, and just try to do good things and help people out. Do what I can. I appreciate you guys having me on.
God
man.
bless you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you all. I really appreciate it, guys. Great talking with you.
Thanks,
We'll
Will.
see you in person.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Hey, I needed this, bro. I'm stuck out here. I'll see my wife. I'm not being here alone. Hey, man, I've been needing a team guy. I sneak out to go see my brother, and they don't know that, so y'all don't tell nobody.
Yeah, as soon as all this virus stuff down,
I secretly sneak out to see my brother.
yeah. Well, I can definitely come out there. Definitely. It's been since the kilt event or whatever. Since. Yeah, it's been a long time. So we'll get out there, make it happen.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Will.
Yeah, there, brother, man. Yeah, we're
Thank
out.
Adios.
Later.
Will, that was a great interview, man. We can't thank you enough for getting on with us. Can't wait to see you in person whenever the world kind of goes back to normal. Thanks, guys, for coming back and listening to the show every week. It's nice to have a little bit of positivity in our lives with all that's going on. Thank you guys for listening. Even though the audio might not be as perfect as it always is, we didn't want to stop putting out new shows and new interviews, even though we're kind of all separated right now. We wanted to make sure we were kind of bringing, constant positivity, great never quit stories. And, I'd say Will delivered that today. You guys have got to check out his book. It's called No Ordinary Dog. You can get it anywhere books are sold, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever you name it. It's actually a #1 bestseller on Amazon right now. It's a story that's definitely worth reading. Hey, if you guys want to follow Will, you can follow him at No Ordinary Dog Book on Instagram. He's posting lots of great content. You can check out his pups, see his story, find his book, all that good stuff. Thank you guys again for listening to our show every week. It means the world to us. If you want to be the first one to know when we drop new episodes and you need to make sure you subscribe to the show, you can press the purple subscribe button on Apple Podcasts or any other major podcast player to be notified the moment we release a new episode. Hey, make sure to share the episode with a friend. People right now are like looking down the barrel of some negative, times in their lives. Maybe people have lost their jobs. Maybe people are bored at home. They can't work. Whatever it may be, sharing these stories kind of can get you out of a rut, get you out of a hard time. So share this episode with a friend. Hey, I wanted to let you guys know we're about to drop some brand new podcast merchandise. You guys are going to love the new shirt we put together. That will be released in the next couple days. You guys need to make sure to check out our Instagram account, team_neverquit, to be notified the moment we drop it. And if you're on Patreon, you'll actually have the first opportunity to get the new shirts first before anybody else. If you want to follow us on social media, you can follow Marcus at Marcus Luttrell, Morgan at Mojo Luttrell, and me at Andrew Brockenbush. Thank you guys again. We love doing the show. Check us back next week for another episode.